Greetings. My name is Kelvin Ampofo, and I serve as the 37th 2nd District Representative of the Omega Psi Phi Fraternity Incorporated. I certainly want to wish all the brothers of Omega Psi Phi a happy Father's Day. I'd like to thank the committee for this opportunity to share our experiences as boys growing up and words of wisdom imparted to us from our fathers, and for those of us that are fathers, the words that we impart to our young men. Certainly growing up, I was fortunate. I had the privilege, I had the honor of my father. And I would say one of the most memorable things that he shared with me growing up is this: make money the old-fashioned way and earn it and save it. One of the many things that I impart to my young men is this: choices. The choices that you make for today have an impact for tomorrow. So make smart choices, make wise choices every day so that the following days ahead will always be joyous for you. Again, I just want to say thank you to the committee for this opportunity. I want to thank all the brothers from the 2nd District who participated in this initiative, and certainly want to thank our Grand Bossless, Dr. David E. Marion, for his leadership and all that he does for our Omega Psi Phi Fraternity Incorporated. Happy Father's Day, my brothers. Enjoy the program and the tributes from the brothers of the 2nd District.
Greetings, brothers. My name is Delrico Gale Sr., and I am the 1st Vice District Representative of the mighty 2nd District. I would like to wish the brothers of Omega Psi Phi Fraternity Incorporated a happy Father's Day. I am grateful I have a dad who showed me what real fatherhood looks like, and I try to be that same great example for my sons every day. I believe fatherhood is one of the greatest responsibilities that a man could have. I would always tell my children, their minds are shaped by the books they read, their character by the people they meet, and their spirits by the love they give. Again, my brothers, I wish you all a happy Father's Day, and God bless you.
Greetings. I'm Brother Mike Wright, 1 Kappa Lambda 82, now in Eta Pi chapter. Life member 2586, 2nd District Life member 38. My father instilled in me the principles of hard work in being the best I can be in whatever I do. I have passed on those words of wisdom and principles to my son to remind him to let no one outwork him on any day. Peace and blessings, and happy Father's Day.
Hey, bros. I just wanted, first of all, root to all good bros. I just want to take time out to say hello, but also encourage bros to make their own video as well. Brother Williams worked hard to reach out to us, and I support him wholeheartedly. Also, brothers, we are an organization of African-American men here in America, basically known as, or more commonly known as Black men. And so being Black men in America, there's a lot of challenges that we face as it pertains to fatherhood. I know that I've dealt with some challenges throughout the years. I laugh about it, smile about it now, but there's been plenty of tears shed throughout the years. I can tell you some stories, but we all have our crosses to bear. Not everyone would experience what I've experienced. I would not experience a lot of what you have experienced. And that's just the way of the world. We live in a very diverse society. Back in the day, we were all Black folks with very similar experiences and very similar quality of life. Now, bros, that's very different. And so we have to embrace each other's journeys and empathize and support and advocate each other, mentor each other. And the only way we can do that is just to have conversations with each other. So I would love for us to, being a Black male organization, to take time out to figure out what are some of the challenges that Black men are facing as it pertains to fatherhood in 2021. What are the consequences of us not being there, or not being the I won't say not being there. That's wrong. Not being the not capable, I'll say. Yes, that's a better way to put it. Not capable of being the fathers that we should be in 2021. So I say again, what are the challenges of us not being capable of being the fathers that we should be in 2021? Because I mentioned, I kind of expressed that. Reason why I'm expressing that the capable portion is because some fathers cannot, due to life circumstances, for whatever reason it may be. It may be personal challenges within themselves. Again, we all have our own crosses to bear and to overcome. And so we can mentor each other, talk about some of the challenges, advocate for each other. And let's face it, some of the challenges, or many of the challenges that Black men deal with in America now are systemic. There are systemic reasons why we see so many negative images of Black men on television, especially dark complexioned Black men. Most of the bros I see, to be honest with you, are dark complexion. I say at least 50, I say 50, at least 51% of the members of Omega Psi Phi are dark complexion like myself, but so we see so many negative images of dark complexion men on television now. How is that having an effect on our children and on our families? And, so we should have conversations about those things. We have to advocate for Black male issues. There's a lot that we should be doing, but it starts off with a conversation. And so I would like for brothers to support Brother Williams in this effort wholeheartedly, because we do need the images out there. Images mean a lot. The reasons why a lot of white people are supporting us, Caucasian, I do say white folks, because that's what America's come up with, for lack of a better term. They're responding to the images that they're seeing, the images of George Floyd, the images from back in the day of Selma crossing the bridge in Selma, Alabama. They respond to images. It's human nature to respond to images. And so with all of the negative images that the media is putting out there of Black men, this video that Brother Williams is creating is really important, more important than I can really express, probably more important than I think is important, that we have this product out there that's really showing or expressing healthy fatherhood. Yep. So if you know Brother Williams personally, definitely reach out to that brother, show that brother some love. We need to start supporting each other. And even if you don't think it's really important, it doesn't amount to anything, just support the bros and things that we do. We have to get past ourselves and just support bros. Hey, brother, what do you need me to do? Well, I don't truly believe in that. I don't think it's going to make a difference, but support each other anyway. I believe in mentorship, and mentorship starts at home. There's no reason why we can't mentor each other. I love to hear about bros mentoring bros. It's cool to mentor the young brothers too. Nothing wrong with that. People, brothers who are in middle school and high school or elementary school, great, continue that. But it's really important that we mentor each other, show some love. And Father, man, like I said, it's cool, Brother Williams. God bless you, bruh. Be out, dog. I appreciate what you do, and continue to do that. And there's some history behind the term "be out." And so again, Brother Williams, be out, continue to be out, and don't be timid, and be brave, and continue to make a difference in this world. So yeah, bro, that's all I got to say, bro. Make your video too, and send it to Brother Williams, and we'll make this happen. All right, Rue now.
Happy Father's Day 2021 to fathers and father figures out there. John Berkeley, 1 Beta Kappa Fall 1981, Frostburg State College, now Frostburg State University. My father taught me to be analytical in my thinking, also to be logical, because you always need to be ready to make adjustments in case what you think is supposed to work isn't working. So he said always be sure. So analytical thinking and logical thinking is what my father taught me.
My name is Ed Reed, and I want to give a shout out to the Mu chapter of Omega Psi Phi fraternity in Montgomery County for the mentoring work that they do in the community. My dad, John Reed, an Omega man, one of his favorite sayings is always do the right thing all the time. And this guides me in all that I do to stay focused and stay the course, no matter who's watching and who's not.
Growing up, my three brothers and I heard a number of sayings from my father, many of them memorable, but the one that really kind of stuck with me was, if the first child goes straight, then all the children can follow. Now, obviously, this doesn't always apply, but each child is unique in their own right. But I do leverage that saying now with my own three daughters, and I do spend time in shepherding my oldest daughter to ensure that the others follow her, and I can see how much they take after her and follow behind her. So one of the things that is important to me is to show the first child goes straight, then all will follow. So being the second of my brothers and following my older brother, I think it's important to help shepherd our oldest daughter so that all the other daughters follow her. Again, all children are unique in their own right, but if you help the first one go straight, then good likelihood and good probability that the others will follow her accordingly. Thank you.
Hi, my name is John Tucker, life member 249. My father wasn't in my life. However, this is what I passed on to my children. Always do the very best that you can in any endeavor that you undertake. Why? Because that's what God requires.
Greetings. Charles Moore, 6 Mu Alpha 85, Psi Oda chapter, Dover, Delaware. My father would always say to me when I asked questions, like most kids growing up, you're inquisitive, and he would just say simply, I could tell you, but go look it up. That was his way to teach me the importance of verifying what people told me to make sure it was correct and factual. I've taught that to my children when they were growing up, and it has served me well throughout life. Happy Father's Day.
Happy Father's Day. This is Stacy Herring. One of the things my father used to always say to me is don't reinvent the wheel. Don't waste your time reinventing problems that have already transpired that you can learn from versus learning anew. And in having children myself, one of my favorite sayings to them is there are pros and cons to everything. And that basically means evaluate your decisions, evaluate your choices. There's always going to be an upside and a downside. Evaluate it, analyze it, choose accordingly. Thank you.
One of the things my father taught me is to never give up. He would sometimes come drive miles to help me work on a project or help me do something that I needed his help with. And he would see that I would be getting frustrated because it was taking long or whatever it was. And he would say to me, and matter of factly, oh yeah, we got her now. And I'm forever grateful to him for teaching me perseverance and to never give up on anything that I needed to get done.
Shout out Mu chapter for their community engagement and helping fathers with their sons. It's not what my dad says to me, but his actions that spoke loudest. The demonstration and how he led by example is what I plan to impart.
Good evening, brothers. Brother Gary M. Keel, 3/18/77, Iota Gamma chapter, coming to you on Father's Day weekend, June 2021. I would also like to take the opportunity to recognize my son, Gregory Keel, Morehouse College side chapter brother, and also my grandson Jameson, who I hope one day will become an Omega man. During this Father's Day, if there's one thing I could share with them, I would say to them, it's okay to be afraid. Just don't let fear paralyze you. That's the main thing. It's nothing at all wrong with fear. It's a natural emotion. Just don't let it paralyze you. Do something, and all will be okay. FIETTS. Good evening, brothers, and have a great day.
Greetings, Brother Jomo Watson from the side of the chapter in Dover, Delaware. One thing that my father always said to me was, son, make sure you finish, never do a half job. And throughout my life, I just made sure I was the best no matter what I did. I always made sure I competed and I gave my best effort. And it's pushed me through a lot of things so far in life, and also in school and throughout my daily tasks at work. Have a nice day.
Calvin Jackson, Rho Epsilon Chapter, Fall 78, Tougaloo College, now with the Psi Iota Chapter in Dover, Delaware. My favorite saying, and one that I try to pass on to my two sons, isn't really a saying, but it's a poem. The poem is If. If you can keep your head when all about you are losing theirs and blaming it on you. I recited that poem when they both graduated and also at my retirement party, and it's a great poem to live your life by.
Potter, 378 Psi of Psi Iota Chapter of Dover, Delaware. My coin phrase to my children, never quit. A quitter never wins, and a winner never quits. It takes ordinary people to do extraordinary things. Quitting becomes habitual. Your character and your word are so important. Never quit.
My name is Damian Beckett. I'm part of the Psi Iota Chapter of Dover, Delaware. One of the sayings that I have for my daughters are, do you hear my wallet screaming? That started out as a joke, but then it actually turned into financial literacy for me and my family. So anytime my daughters come to me and ask me, for something that they may want versus for something that they need, I ask them, do you hear my wallet screaming? And then we go through the price of what they want. It's really good to teach your children about financial literacy so they can be prepared and also be prepared to be financially free in the future. So that's my saying, and so far it worked out great.
My Omega story from my dad is, he said when I was in first grade, the bus comes at 8 o'clock, you have to be ready at 7:45. I want you to be 15 minutes early for everything you do. That's if you're picking up as a teenager, mom from the dentist, you're 15 minutes early. So my dad always said, the Rotary way, the Omega way, is to be 15 minutes early for everything. Thank you.
What's up, bros? It's Sky Hampton, 320 Psi Iota. And one thing I always say to my son is I let him know that life isn't fair. He's the only child, 7 years old. So, he was definitely spoiled a little bit coming up. So, sometimes when he doesn't get his way, he gets upset. But I let him know, life isn't fair. You're not going to always get your way. Sometimes you're going to have to work for stuff. Sometimes you're going to have to do stuff you don't want to do. But that's just how life is. So I definitely let him know that. I tell him to focus on, I tell him not to focus on what he doesn't have, but focus on, what he does have and to be grateful. And I let him know, life isn't always going to go your way. But you got to stay positive, stay motivated, and work with what you have.
Hello, everyone. My name is Floyd Patrice. I am a member of the Psi Iota chapter located here in Dover, Delaware. Recently becoming a new dad, a phrase I found myself using a lot with my baby girl is, daddy's always got your back. And for me, that means a lot to me because growing up in a single parent household, my mom never made me feel like she wasn't supportive or had my back on things I wanted to do. So I just want her to know that I will always have her back in any choice she makes in life. I'll do my best to steer her in the right path, give her all the tools she needs to make it in this world, and just keep reminding her that no matter what happens, I will always have her back. So once again, my phrase that I use is, daddy's always got your back.
What's up, bros? This is Jahi Davenport, 7, Spring 13, Psi Iota. And one of the things I always tell my kids is don't procrastinate, just get it done. As Nike say, just do it. A lot of times these kids get into these emotional roller coasters and life gets bogged down on them because they're not doing what they need to do when they're supposed to do it. If they just go ahead and get their work done and get out the way, it'll be a little bit easier for them. So I just tell my kids, just do it, Get it out the way. Rule.
Hello, brothers. My name is Trayvon Cromwell, 220 Psi Iota. My favorite saying that I say to my sons is, don't be like me, be better than me. Especially with my oldest, he's 16, with me being in the military, and he wants to, follow in my footsteps. But I tell him all the time, I don't want you to be like me. I want you to be better than me.
Well, greetings, everyone, and happy Father's Day. My name is Sean Ratliff, and I just want to share with you just a quick story of what my father taught me. He taught me how to be observant and learn how to read the room. You don't always have to be the first one to speak, but listening, being observant is key.
Man, what can I say about my dad? I'm going to try to keep this limited and short because I could talk forever. My dad was very, very, very limited with his words, but when he spoke, he made sure you understood what he was saying. And he was very, very, very simplistic. One thing that I really, really, really took from my dad was this saying. He said, if you know what you're supposed to do and you do what you're supposed to do, you'll always be all right. And it's just that simple. And basically, I took out of that, it's a choice. You have a choice to do what's right. G.I. Joe used to say back in the day, now I know, and knowing is half the battle. The other half is choosing. So once you know what to do and you choose that what you're supposed to do, you'll be all right. So Robert Sylvester Goldsboro, I love him so much, man. I miss him. As you see, he's not with us anymore. But I pray that I take his legacy to the next level and relay all these things to my son.
Happy Father's Day out there to all you fathers. I'm just going to share a quote that my father shared with me as a young guy growing up. It is, failing to prepare is preparing to fail. And that's actually a quote by Benjamin Franklin. And you never know what a child is listening or he's not listening, but that's something that my father shared with me when I was a young guy. And it has a lot of meaning, and I have kept that with me into manhood. So continue, fathers, to keep that example. And you never know what the future holds for these young men, but they're listening to you. So continue to set that example, and we are grateful for you being that example, Dad, and all you fathers out there.
Greetings, this is Eddie Armour from the Psi Iota chapter in Dover, Delaware. The phrase that I use often is, Daddy's always right. The meaning is that, just listen to me. I may not be the smartest or the sharpest tool in the shed, but I've experienced some things, been around for a little bit. So if you listen to my guidance and to my words, that, certain paths you won't have to go down because I've lived it, been there, done it. So my phrase, once again, is Daddy's always right. Thank you.
Hello, I'm Brother Dr. Lamont Tyler. I have a total of 9 children, 5 biological, 4 step, all whom I treat equally. My children are either in college, graduated college, or the military. The one thing I've always told them, I would never ever abandon them. I would be the man that I always wanted my father to be, even though he was absent in my life. Never will I abandon you.
Greetings, brothers. This is Temple Jefferson, 313 Psi Iota. The favorite saying that I gave my boys as they grew up was, life is but a pebble in a pond. And what I meant by that is all of their actions are pebbles and rocks they threw in the pond of life. And each of those pebbles and rocks they threw in caused a ripple to the shore. Nothing that they would ever do would just stop with them. Every action was a vibration in life which caused a reaction. So be careful of the actions that you take.
I'm Eddie Armour, 615 Scioto, Dover, Delaware. I'm standing here with my dad. He's going to give you a phrase, a saying that he said to us all the time growing up. This is my dad, James Armour. So go ahead, Dad.
I have a saying that Macy's do not tell Gimbals. And the reason why I say that is because whenever you get ready to do anything, you do not broadcast it. And Macy's do not broadcast when they're going to have a sale. So that's why I came up with the phrase, Macy's do not tell Gimbals.
Ruth.
Good morning. Javon Sneed, 1118 Sae. As we know, Father's Day approaches, and as a young man who lost his father, I tend to recant on the things that he said or passed to me, in my youth. And the one things that has stuck with me all throughout these years is to always make sure you love what you do and you do it to the best of your ability that you do it. Meaning, in my context, I do Jay's Kitchen, and my motto has always been, make sure you eat to your heart's desire. I hope to pass on that learning and teaching to my kids, to teach them no matter what they do, love it, enjoy it, be passionate about it. So thank you. I hope you all have a great Father's Day and blessings.
Greetings. My name is Vincent Stubbs, and there's several things that I live by that have been passed on from my grandfather to my father, and I passed on to my children. Always to yourself true. If you cannot be true to yourself, you cannot be true to others. Always do what is right and not what's convenient, even if it's not popular. And always complete whatever you begin. Because if you quit,